To be alive, right? All right, well, that's the good news. So how many of you know much about Diwali? You know the Hindu festival of Diwali? You know a little something about it? Yeah, it's that season, isn't it? It is. That's where I was going. It's about the light, right? It's about the light. All right, so here are these opening words that I added to my sermonizing. Dearly beloved, we gather this morning with hearts open to light, the light that glows within each of us, that connects us across traditions, faiths, and generations. Today, as we celebrate Diwali, the great festival of lights, we join our Hindu siblings around the world in honoring this eternal truth. Light triumphs over darkness. Goodness triumphs over ignorance. Love triumphs over fear. So today, this is where I want to pontificate about, all right? So here this reading from Shabub. It's entitled Shabub Diwali by Chitra Sandar, and somebody will get me, but we won't worry about that now. Grandpa watches the waning moon. The festival is coming. How beautiful, what a vivid picture of a community to have an elder directing the younger ones to something that's coming, something to look forward to, an expectation of something joyous. So let me go in. When I think about Diwali, I think about light, yes, but I also think about homecoming. Homecoming's a funny thing for many of us. How many of you are native Los Angelinos? A few of you. Do you still go back to some place that you may, in your hearts, hold as home? Aha. But how many of you have lived here long enough to feel like this is your home? Aha, I'm one of those. I'm a New Yorker who goes home, but I love coming back to the Los Angeles area. I left New York and it was 38 degrees. Upstate New York was ready for winter. And ooh la la, when I got off the plane in Burbank, it was about 78 degrees, and I was like, I'm home, baby. This is so good. Let me tell you more about this homecoming thing, though. Homecoming. Homecoming is important because it's where we feel good. It's where the light shines. Have you got that picture in your head of a light by a window if you're coming home late or the porch light is on? Motel 6 used to say they leave the light on for you. Mama would always leave the light on for me when I was out carousing at night. And if the light was still on when she got up early in the morning, she'd be worried. Boy, you didn't come home. You could have called, right? You could have called. Well, homecoming. So yes, Diwali. Thinking about light, thinking about homecoming. In the great story of Diwali, Lord Rama returns home after years of exile. The people of his kingdom light lamps, rows and rows of lamps, to guide his way and celebrate the victory over darkness. Every lamp, every flame is a message. The divine has returned. The light has come home. Dear ones, what if Diwali isn't just a story from long ago? What if it's a mirror of our own inner journey? What if each of us is Rama? I didn't know you was Lord Rama, but look, here you be. What if each of us is Lord Rama, making our way home to our own soul? We've been out there. Now it's time to come on back, right? What if the lamps we light in prayer, in meditation, in service, in love, is how we welcome the divine presence back into our own special chamber, into our soul. You know, Ernest Holmes speaks about the inner light, and he says, there's a power and a presence in the universe which responds to us so completely, so perfectly, that we shall be amazed when we realize how completely and how perfectly, but it can only operate us through us. Our communication with God must of necessity be and always remain an inner light. We must communicate with the indwelling God. That's a powerful statement. It's one I think we should all be taking very seriously, right? Would you agree? Yes. Dear ones, this is the essence of inner illumination. God is not far away. God is not even up there. God is right here, right this very moment. In that still small voice, in the breath, in the love that moves through your heart when you see another human being, say namaste, or something akin to that. I see you, powerful one. I see you, beautiful one. I see you, O sacred one. I see you. The divine in me greets the divine in you. Isn't that the most precious of things when we're living in that space? Our glow up. Is this new agey term? Our glow up. I didn't know. I thought that was when I glammed up, but now I'm glowing up, right? Because my inner light. Our glow up, right? That's a Gen Z expression, I guess. I don't understand them most of the time, to tell you the truth. I'm a baby boomer. I like us. I watch, what is that TV show? TV Land with all the old TV shows. Telling on myself. But when I glow up, there is no glow without the great flame. There is no personal enlightenment that is not also the light of the eternal presence shining in and through me and you. Now, you know I'm one of those strange Unitarian Universalists, right? But I'm Unitarian Universalist because it was the only quote-unquote mainline denomination that had a broad understanding of spirituality and religiosity. I knew I wanted to be a chaplain. Well, how does a chaplain meet the agnostic, the atheist, the Jew, the Muslim, the Christian, the Buddhist, the Hindu, right? Because if you're such a particularist, can you meet them where they are? Because that's the chaplain's duty. Not to bring their idea of spirituality to the patient, but to help the patient illuminate their own sense of God or the divine. So as I think about being an interfaith, multi-faith human being, I look to all the wisdom. And here are some quotes that I found interesting. The psalmist says, "The Lord is my light and my salvation." I like that. It's pretty neat and clean. The Quran reminds us, Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth. Buddha taught, make a light of yourself. Our Hindu siblings celebrate Diwali as the victory of light over darkness. And our very own science of the mind teaches, the light that shines within me is the light of God. Great minds are thinking alike, people. No matter what path we travel, the message is basically the same. Light lives in us Light calls us home. Light is who we are. And there's a singer, I believe her name is India Ari or India Ari. I Am Light. You know that song, Maestro? I love that song. If y'all don't know it, find that song. It's just a beautiful meditative piece. Just touches the heart. So let me be the narcissist that I am. And let's be clear, I believe most people are narcissists. You having a you experience. Be fair, be honest. It doesn't mean you have to overwhelm others with your you, but you're in this journey doing you. I mean, self-absorbed, yes. What's Gordon going to do today? How much joy is Gordon going to manifest? I might share some of it with others, but this is about me. And I hope you understand a healthy self-love is about you. Here, let me tell you what I wrote. So I said, there's another piece to the work of self-illumination, one that is sometimes the hardest. If we are to be bearers of light in this world, we must first love the vessel that holds the flame. Many of us were taught to fit in, to play small, to dim our brightness so others would not be uncomfortable. But dear ones, we were not born to fit in. We were born to shine, to love yourself, your whole self, your whiteness, your blackness, your queerness, your neurodivergence, your uniqueness, your differently abledness is a revolutionary act of light. Whoever you are, whatever you are, wherever you are on the human spectrum, let your light shine. As someone that was shaped by the African diaspora, by Unitarian Universalism, by the global interfaith experience, I know what it feels like to be an outsider in a culture that sets narrow standards for what is quote unquote normal. I was 12 years old before I ever read a book that was about a black boy. Richard Wright's Black Boy was the first book I ever read that had me in the book. It wasn't Jane and Scott or whoever it was run, right? Those children's books didn't have little Negroes in them. I was offended in middle school when I read Huckleberry Finn and it was N. Jim. The N word was like a slap in the face. In a classroom filled with black and brown children, what was I reading? And why had that European American teacher given us this text to read? There's so many texts we could have read. So, understanding, right? For women, how many things, well, I've worked in healthcare. Most healthcare tests are done on men. When trials are done, they're not thinking about a woman's body. You all are forgotten. You're more than half of the population, but you're not the ones they're focused on. So many women are not written into the narrative. We still haven't had a female president. When's it gonna happen? Needs to have already happened. So these standards, these norms, these things that might say to a person of color, a queer person, a woman, a differently abled person, your light is insignificant. Only the light of the dominant, powerful elite. And let's be frank, that's a white, cisgendered white male in America, right? That's who's at the top of the chart. And boy, do they wield lots of power and privilege over the rest of us. And they always have. Be clear. They're not telling you we want to see your light. They want you and me to diminish our light so their light will be the brightest one. Now, in healthy narcissism, I guess that's okay, but not when you're the president or the governor or the senator or the mayor of all the people. You have to serve everyone. Let's light the light for everybody. So, dear ones, my dear ones, so many Americans are learning to name the trauma living in the systems that privilege has excluded them from. They're not part of the privileged class, right? So many people. So many people, women in particular, though, have had to live under the domination of males. So many queer people have lived under the domination of the straights. It's just the reality of our world, the way it's constructed. But a new generation, those ones that I'm afraid of, those Gen Zers, they've got a different idea. They're saying no more to that. They're saying glow up. I think it's grow up. I think it's growing up. I think it's high time we see everybody in that namaste position. I see the divine in you. Do you see it in me? I'm going to demand it. See, some people are shrinking violets. Gordon isn't. Don't be a shrinking violet. Stand your ground for you, for your divine light. Our spiritual work, I think, friends, is to join Gen Z. I never thought I would be saying something like this. To heal, to forgive, to love ourselves back into wholeness so that the light we can, so that our light can do what it was made to do. If the journey of a lifetime is for us to draw closer to the divine, and the divine is in everyone and everything, how are we going to get there if we've got things that separate us? Let's bring down the walls. Let's bring down, there's a human family. I studied anthropology. There's no such thing as races. That's a false narrative. It's not real. Hey, medical person, blood is blood, huh? O positive, O negative, right? It's not racial blood. Oh, give me some of that Asian blood. I need a transplant stat for some Asian blood. No, O positive, B negative, right? It's human blood. So I'm going to ask you something. Here's the call to action. What does this mean for us? Here in this center, in this community of Los Angeles, in this moment of time, all over the world, Diwali celebrations are happening. Lamps are being lit in India, Trinidad, Guyana, Fiji, Kenya, London, Toronto, and right here in LA in various communities. How can we, as the Center for Spiritual Living, this fabulous community, light and lift up such a sacred celebration? Right? How can you do it here? Well, here's some ideas, I think. We can educate ourselves about the many paths to the divine. I think you do it when you lighten those lights, but go further, right? Go deeper. You can honor your neighbor's traditions who differ from yours, right? Like you do, you all invite us Unitarian Universalists into your sacred space. That's a great thing that you do. It also helps with the cha-ching, but it's a win-win. How about partnering with local Hindu or interfaith groups on a service project? What would that look like? Could CSL and the UUs do a habitat? Could we do a habitat house with somebody else? What would that look like? How about lighting candles at home this week? And it's okay to use the electric ones. I think that's okay. Sometimes candles give off kind of noxious smoke, don't they? Be careful with candles. They're not all created equally. I'm not saying where them bad ones come from, but pay attention. Dear ones, may light come to you, and may the light you have contribute to the global light, to the light for all. At the end of the day, every flame matters, every kindness counts, every life that awakens to love brightens the whole sky. Say this together with me. The light of the Spirit, shines brightly through me. I radiate peace, love, and divine illumination. My spiritual practice is lit. May it be so.